Today at our Global Family Farm, we're starting to spread our winter cover crop mix, and that'll add good nutrients to the soil because we get grains and we get proteins. We're going to have daikon radishes, we'll have peas and oats, and there's also some fava beans in there. So kind of think of it like when you eat rice and beans. You get a complete protein. So that's what a lot of the winter cover crop mixes are, is a mixture of grains and legumes. All right, and then also the radishes have big tap roots, so they're going to penetrate down deep into the ground and help break up this heavy clay soil that we have. So the benefits are you're covering the soil instead of leaving it bare for the winter. Then you're adding nitrogen to the soil with the legumes and adding carbon, so to speak, with the grains, but not on the wood chips, just on the soil part, because then we have pathways, and then the radish goes deep down and helps break up the clay soil as another benefit. We're going to put some of the cover crop on this bed here. That was the corn, but as you can see, nature likes to cover itself, so it's going to cover itself with weeds. And so we are going to actually dig some of these weeds out, or we could just chop them off at the chop and drop it and leave the roots in the ground. That's probably best. That's what we did here with the corn, is we're leaving the roots in the ground. And again, adding organic matter, number one priority and benefit to having plants in the ground. And also the sunlight, photosynthesis, produces carbon that then gets sequestered back down into the earth. So then we're going to add nitrogen back to the earth with the cover crop mix so we can grow again. Okay, so we decided to chop and drop the weeds. Just going to cut off their heads. I like to say, off with your heads. Then put them in our big hugelkultur pile here along the fence. Then we'll put mulch over that. So there we go. We're going to get some greens to add to the browns to our big compost pile, our big hugelkultur pile in the back. Okay, and then in this section of the garden, which is the Africa section, by the way, and the other section was the Americas, here we can put fava beans along our drip lines. They'll grow nice and tall and they'll give nitrogen back to the soil. So we'll put our fava bean, broad beans, the edible fava beans here for our winter cover crop. Then our winter cover crop in the Asia section will be an indigenous crop to Asia, which is daikon radish. And so we'll spread them in these open blank areas, and they will give a cover to the ground. They will give roots going down, and then provide biomass and organic matter for the soil. There we go. Around the world in cover crops today at our Global Family Farm in San Luis Obispo, California. We did get a frost last night, so everything's biting the dust with the frost. All the cotton has died back. Peanuts have died back. Of course, the tomatoes got the frostbite. Okay, keep growing and keep learning.